Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends series, Riri Williams Ironheart. Thank you for watching this video, or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or to help the channel out further, or both. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it! First up, as we always do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a quick look at the packaging. And raising the camera up just a little bit, there we go. And on the top you can see Build-A-Figure Ursa Major. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole. 4 and up. There's the, I suppose, the Ironheart symbol. And that's the top. On the front, Legend series, a nice big window that would showcase the figure and accessories if I had left it in there, which I didn't. Marvel Riri Williams, not to be confused with Rerun from What's Happening and What's Happening Now. Ironheart Hasbro on this side. Some nice artwork of Ironheart. And on this side, the same nice artwork, just reversed. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, all barcode symbols I'm not going to learn. And finally on the back, Marvel Legends series Ironheart. A certified super genius, Riri Williams turns a dorm room project into a high-tech, high-flying suit of armor and becomes a force for good. And then there it is again in some other languages that I don't read. Build-A-Figure Ursa Major. There's Ursa Major and some numbers. And here's the other figures in this line series. Build-A-Figure Wave. And as you can see, Modular Iron Man doesn't get a piece, but the rest of them do. And these numbers correspond to the pieces here. Each sold separately and subject to availability. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole. Don't stick things in your other language pie holes. Marvel print. Small print, Hasbro print, made in China print. And that, my friends, completes my goofy look at the packaging. Now let's take a look at the figure and her accessories. And as we normally do, we'll start off with the accessories. Here is a repulsor hand. And let me get this other light turned on. There! Let there be light. Which is a static hand. So no joint in this repulsor hand. As you can see, there's a hole in it for repulsor beams to go into. And then we have a fist for the left hand. And it does have a hinge in it. So it's an up and down hinge. Then we have these smoke effects, which can go on the arms or the legs. And there's 2 of those, exactly the same. And repulsor beams, blast effects. There's 2 of those. And then here is the best accessory of the bunch, the Riri head. This sculpt and paint and everything, this head just looks amazing. It reminds me a lot of the early drawings of Spawn's wife Wanda Simmons. Maybe it's just the way the hair is styled, but it reminds me a lot of her. The way that McFarlane drew her in those early issues. Now let's take a look at the Ironheart armor. There you go. Classic red and gold. And then I don't know, the faceplate on it looks kind of funky, but cool at the same time. And then some blue. I guess that's some kind of arc reactor light. And blue and heart shaped. So that's neat. I do like that. And on the back, it's mostly just red. You can see a little gold around the buttocks area. But, nice paint job. Nice mold. I'm not familiar with this character at all. So I don't know how this really compares to the comic books. But it's a cool looking figure nonetheless. Let's talk about articulation. She can do the full exorcist. She can look up that far and down that far. At the shoulders, arms come out to about 90 degrees. They do give you 360 degrees of rotation, and there's a soft ratchet in there. You can feel it catching. At the upper bicep, there is a cut for another 360 degrees of rotation. She does have a double hinged pinless elbow. And let's see how much range we can get out of that bad boy. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome articulation right there. And no waist, but she does have a cut here where the upper torso meets, or the chest meets the torso. It does give her back crunch that far, forward crunch that far, and it does rotate a full 360 degrees. For the legs, she gives you the splits that much. She can kick forward that high. She can kick back that far. There is a cut here at the upper thigh for 360 degrees of rotation. At the knee, it is a double hinged pinless knee. Let's see how much we can get out of that. And look there. A fabulous range of motion there. For the ankle, down that far, up that far, and of course, forward-facing pin for rocker. And as you can see, I do have one of the repulsor hands in. And just to show you, her repulsor beam fits right in there. It would have been much better had there been a hinge in these repulsor hands, but it is what it is. Then you have these smoke effects. And supposedly they fit in there. Let's see. There we go. She's blasting off into outer space. Or they also fit. They can fit on the arms too. I guess you could put the repulsor down the middle of it. It's smoky. Then, of course, how does the Riri head look on the body? Let's use some off-camera strength to get that thing off there. And then see if I can get the new head on there. And there we go. That head sculpt and paint on that face, it looks fantastic. That's probably my favorite part of this figure. I mean, the smoke effects are new and they're nice, but that head sculpt just takes a cake. Well, that does it for a look at the figure and her accessories. And now it's time for some comparisons, and let's see what we've got here. First of all, here is from the same wave the modular armor Iron Man. And here we have the 80th anniversary Iron Man. And my favorite Iron Man, not necessarily my favorite Iron Man figure, but my favorite Iron Man armor, the Walgreens exclusive Silver Centurion Iron Man. And here she is with Tigra, who shares that same elbow and knee pinless technology. Here she is with the retro Hercules. And of course, Stan the Man Lee himself. Now, how does she compare up to other lines? Let's take a look. From G.I. Joe Classified Series, here's the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Bad Batch's Elite Squad Trooper. And for some 7-inch goodness, we have McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Beyond. And that, my friends, completes a look at some comparisons. For final thoughts on Marvel Legends series Riri Williams Ironheart, not to be confused with Rerun, from What's Happening and What's Happening Now. This is a pretty good figure. I'm not familiar with the character at all. I mean, I'm vaguely aware that this is a character in the Marvel Universe, but other than that, I have no clue who she is, what she does, why she's wearing Iron Man armor, or her own version of Iron Man armor. However, whatever. But anyway, this is a good figure. I mean, the paint apps on this thing are great. The new pinless, double-hinged elbows and knees, especially for a female character, are super excellent. I am loving this new pinless technology. It makes the figures look better, and it seems to make them work better. Except in the case of Hercules, which if you don't know about that, you can go back and look that review up. The retro Hercules. I had some issues with his knees, but, you know, all fixed now. Again, the paint job on this thing is phenomenal. The shiny reds, the golds, the blues, and the face sculpt on the alternate head. Again, this thing is just phenomenal. And then, of course, you get the new smoke effects, which I'm sure we'll see turn up a lot more now that they're out there in the wild, so to speak. But again, even if you're not familiar with the character like me, it's a good figure, regardless of the character. Well, that does it for the review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like yourself make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I've received. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or to help the channel out further, or both. That's cool too. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future, you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.